Now let's move on to the High Republic. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the High Republic. When I first heard about the High Republic, this was like when I first heard about it, when Jason Ward was talking about it before The Rise of Skywalker was even out, I was like, oh man, so this is going to be like video games and books and movies and you know, it's like the Star Wars Avengers, and everybody has new force abilities, and they have their one special ability, and these like superhero Jedi, and they're going into the unknown regions and fighting like Sith gods and gods of the dark side, and I was like, oh man, this sounds like it might be dope. And then we got the announcement, and I was very underwhelmed. Like, I don't know about this. You know, I did a video, the High Republic might be better than the sequel saga, but I'm not really sold on it. And then I was like, well, I'll give it a chance. The first book was going to come out on my birthday, and I was like, well, it's coming out on my birthday. That'll be a cool little gift to myself. You know, enjoy this new direction Star Wars is headed in. Then we got, you know, we got the rise of Kylo Ren, the fall of Ben Solo, and they teased the High Republic, right? Like they went to this temple, and they're like, this temple dates back to the High Republic, and Lord Santeca was there, and they find this holocron. It belonged to Avar Kriss, who's kind of like the I can't think of a better term than the Captain America of the High Republic, even though Yoda's there, but Yoda's kind of off being Yoda, right? She's kind of the hot stuff, right? She's got, you know, she's got battle meditation. It's not battle meditation that she has. She can link and connect minds, like all the Jedi's minds, and you know, she can create the Jedi internet or something. I don't know. It's a cool ability, right? You know, like Rey calling on all of the Jedi. Avar Kriss, that's what she does. She calls on all of the Jedi, right? All of the living Jedi. So, you know, it's like, oh, we kind of get to see what Rey was trying to do when she was trying to connect to all the Jedi, you know, past and present, in The Rise of Skywalker. That's what Avar Kriss does, but she does it with ease, right? And then we get introduced to I think it's Elzar Mann, and he and Avar came up together, like, you know, from Padawans to Jedi Knights, and he's experimenting on all these new ways to use the Force and this and that. And you know, it turns out that the thing that we heard, where these Jedi have these different abilities, that it's kind of true, and it's kind of like they all have their own special power, right? Just like superheroes, like the Avengers or something, they all have this special skill. It's all the Force, but they all have these different ways of using the Force. Some of them are more talented at things than others, and it's a really cool thing. Now, I'm not going to sit here and go through the whole because I haven't read all of the books. I've only read the first one, and that was the thing. The announcement that came out a year ago that Alex and Molly got invited to, because they're the chosen ones, chosen by Lucasfilm, is, you know, we're riding with them, and I'm not jealous at all. I mean, they worked hard to get to where they are. And it is what it is, right? But when that announcement came, I was like, I'm kind of underwhelmed. And now we're finding out that was just phase 1, right? There's a phase 2 where they're going to get even deeper. Now I said I hadn't read the books. It's not because I didn't like them. One, you know, we moved. The other thing was, like, my credit card got stolen. Somebody signed me up for some Disney movie club. I never signed up for it. My bank flagged the transaction immediately, and they were like, hey man, what's up with this Disney? Did you do that? And I was like, I don't even know what Disney movie club is. I have Disney Plus. And they were like, oh, well, if you didn't authorize it, then we can handle that for you. And I was like, yeah, go on and handle that for me. And I didn't realize handling it meant you know, they were canceling my cards. So, you know, I mean, that kind of thing happens, but usually when it happens, I'm in Nashville, and you know, those of y'all who know in Nashville know where I live in Bordeaux. You know, my bank is right down the street from Vanderbilt Hospital. So what? Good 10-minute drive, go, you know, 5 minutes inside the bank, boom, boom, boom. I'm back out, got me a new card, I'm good to go. But I'm in Thailand, and I'm gonna have to start banking with a military bank again, because my bank was like, we'll send your card wherever your address is on file. And well, on file, you can't put an international address. And I'm just going, you know, this happened in January. So just make a long story short, I just got a new check debit card, ATM card. It's been like two weeks. So I had like no access to my bank account for like 2 months. It sucked. It's the, you know, especially you're in a foreign, in another country on the other side of the world, sucked. So that's another reason I hadn't read a lot of High Republic books, was I could not buy them. Now, hey, if y'all want, if somebody out there, Prince, I really want to know what you think about the High Republic. Hey man, if you want to, if one of y'all want to make a donation, start sending me the books. There's a way to donate them on Kindle. I don't know. Hey man, I won't turn it down. You know, the fact that it's a gift from someone, a subscriber, I will definitely read them as quickly as I can, because I actually enjoyed the first book. Hey man, when I got to the end, I was hooked. I started on Justina Ireland's book. It's a kid's book. I thought it was pretty cool. It's Vernestra Rowe, the little green chick. Is she a I can't remember if she's the same species as what's her name? The chick that turned on Ahsoka. They usually tattoo their faces. I can't remember if she's one of them and she just didn't get the face tattoos. I don't remember, but I had just gotten to the point where she was a Jedi Knight, but the dude with her, is that Emery Kentaros? Was he the guy? Yeah, because he's got the Padawan braid, so I'm thinking his master got killed, and they had to protect the black chick who's like some kind of genius engineer or something. I was like, I'm still literally in the beginning of the book, but they have to deal with the Nihil. The Nihil attacked their ship that's like their transport ship, and they're dealing with the Nihil from another point of view. I've been seeing like videos, or not videos, but articles coming up about the Nihil, and is the guy who's the leader of the Nihil, is he Darth Plagueis? And I'm like, you know, why are people so obsessed with Darth Plagueis? Like, when they announced the Acolyte, they're like, oh, maybe she's gonna be Darth Plagueis, and I'm like, why can't you guys just enjoy the story, right? The Nihil, at the end of the first High Republic book, they hinted at like there's something bigger out there. What is this stick this guy has? How, you know, does he have the Force? Is there some other dark side group out there that's bigger? Like, you know, and then I mentioned Lord Santeca was with Luke Skywalker and Ben Solo when they found the holocron that belonged to Avar Kriss. How does she get out there in the unknown regions of space, right? Is this story gonna go to the unknown regions? You got the dude who runs the Nihil, and he's got a member of the Santeca family. She's got some kind of ability to open up hyperspace lanes, which is how the Nihil are operating as pirates who literally appear out of nowhere, because this lady's like, they got the dark web. Well, they got the dark web of hyperspace lanes, and hyperspace travel is still kind of in its infancy, it seems like. I always thought that before to travel through hyperspace lanes you needed the Force, right? You had to have the Force. Like this is something the Jedi did, and you know that's how you have to. That's what the Chiss do. They have Force sensitive navigators. That's what Skywalkers. That's what that Skywalker name is in the Chiss language, right? Is their Force sensitive navigators because they literally need their foresight to be able to navigate these hyperspace lanes that are constantly changing. Loris, we find out the Santecas, they're like they get wealthy because they map out hyperspace routes and then sell them, right? And then they had this relative, and she could literally just see the hyperspace lanes, right? So this dude is preserving her, and yeah, so it's wild. It started out slow the first book, and then by the time I got to the end, I was like, yo, I'm hooked. And I definitely want to read Claudia Gray's book, because Claudia Gray, I've read almost all of her Star Wars books and they've all been good. Whatever I think she did one on Leia. I haven't read that one. I don't know if she's doing one of the, I guess there's a trilogy for Padme. There's a lot of, from what I've heard, there's a lot of good stuff in the Padme books that deals with like more on Palpatine. And then I think apparently at some point Padme tried to have Shmi freed from slavery or whatever, but I don't know, but I'm just really not that interested in reading about Padme. You know, maybe that makes me a bad person, but I'm like, if there's not Jedi lightsabers in the Force, I'm kind of not interested. I'm really not that interested in Padme. You know, I'm not even gonna really. I'm apologizing to the people who love Padme and love the character, but I'm just like, you know, it sucks, but her whole purpose in the story was to die and facilitate Anakin's fall to the dark side.